What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day and I hope you are over your Open blues. What a fantastic Open we had. And in my eyes, the best man won, Francesco Molinari. What an absolute performance. Slow and steady wins the race, as we all know. And we all thought it was going to be a long hitter, and it just proves that it was just the straight hitter who just puts it in every single fairway, doesn't do anything silly, is a boring golfer, but was victorious. Now don't get me wrong, I wanted Tiger to win, and at one point I did think Tiger was going to win. Unfortunately that wasn't the case, but at least a European won it. Sorry to the US fans. But let's dive deeper and let's actually see what was in the winner's bag. Now, Francesco had won twice already this year, and this was his third win. And for all them wins, he had the same clubs. The only change he made for Carnoustie was a Taylormade P700 driving iron. For the firm course that we all know, it was firm, he wanted the stinger of Tiger. So he had a driving iron in his bag. But let's have a look what was in his full bag. Now, Molinari used to be with Nike. He was sponsored by Nike. He used to use Nike clubs. Since the departure of Nike from golf and golf equipment, Molinari has chosen to stay a free agent as of now and isn't actually signed to any manufacturer. So he's using, all the clubs he's using are exactly what he wants to use, which is very interesting in this sort of game. I think you might see a lot of golfers doing that. So let's get to the driver, the big stick. What is Francesco using? Molinari went for the Taylormade M4 Driver. Now the shaft that he had in it was, now this is, I need to read this one because I cannot say this. Mitsubishi Chemical Tensai CK Pro White 60X shaft. Okay, and he had that at 8.5 degrees, so quite standard, I suppose. And as we saw with that driver, he was nailing, it's not the biggest of hitters, but he was nailing every single fairway. And that is what you need to do to win an Open, especially around a course like that, is hit every single fairway. And he pretty much did that. And if it wasn't in the fairway, it wasn't far right and it wasn't far left. He was absolutely superb off. Now for his 3-wood, he had the M3. The shaft, again, I'm going to have to read that to you. He had the Aldila X-Torsion Green 7X shaft at 13 degrees. They were the only 2 woods that he had. The next club down was his driving iron, which I mentioned at the start of the video. Again, he was absolutely ripping that. I can remember a couple of shots, little stingers. He was hitting them stingers just as good as Tiger. He was awesome. And if he want getting it in the fairway with his driver, which is he's hitting it most times, he was hitting it in the middle of the fairway with his driving iron anyway, so that was absolutely superb. The shaft that he had in that driving iron was True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour issue X100 shaft. He had a 4-iron, which was the P790, which was the same shaft. Then he had, for his 5 to pitching wedge, so he had 2-iron, his driving iron and his 4-iron were the same. His 5 to pitching wedge were the P750s with the same shafts as them. Now into his wedges, Taylormade again, the Taylormade mill grind. He had and the degrees that he had were 50, 56 with the True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour issue S400 shafts. Putter that he was using was the Bettinardi DAS BB0. Not very sure which putter that is, I'll put that on the screen. And the ball that he was using was Shock Titleist Pro V1X. Probably Pro V1X because it's like a bit of a shorter hitter, so it needs that extra distance. And Pro V1Xs go a bit further than the soft. And it worked. What an absolute performance. He didn't do anything stupid on the last day. He didn't make a bogey in the last 2 rounds. He didn't chase after the #1 spot. He made that come down to him. Did his play, stuck to his game, and he was absolutely fantastic. Well, there we have it. Till next year, or the next major, Francesco Molinari, keep looking after that cup. and we'll see you in Ireland next year for the first time, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And then St Andrews, it'll be back for the anniversary. So thank you so much for watching. As always, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Beep.